Hello, welcome to another episode of Gotta Start Somewhere Weekend Team Building Series. Today we are going to start showing the new team that I have thought of a little bit on my own, little help from here and there. So basically, what I wanted to do is I wanted to play Archaludon. That's what I wanted to do. And with that, use the rain with it. So before I show you, as always, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, comment. Anything helps out with my channel greatly, and thank you very much. So, with the music on, this is the team. So, what I wanted to do was initially it is going to be a the rain core. The rain core that I have thought of would be with the Pelipper, Archaludon, and the Landers. And I also wanted to splash in a balance a tiny bit with the grass, fire, water core, which is the Amoonguss, um, Incineroar, and Urshifu, um, Rapid Strike. Initially, I wanted to splash in a Trick Room because, as any Tailwind team, it is quite difficult to deal with Trick Room without any taunts, without anything like that. It does help a little bit with the Amoonguss. However, I felt like if I had another option of both Tailwind and Trick Room, I wouldn't need any other speed control to kind of maneuver my way around the team. If the team was faster than me with the Tailwind, I could go to Trick Room route. If the enemy doesn't have Tailwind, I could go Tailwind. And probably if the enemy has Tailwind, I could splash in some of my Tailwind aces like the Amoonguss and probably something else, and the Archaludon, which is not the fastest mon, to maneuver around that. However, the problem is with the Landorus and the Sandseer Storm core, it is very difficult to find a Trick Room ace that doesn't coincide with what they are capable of doing. Um, Ursaluna Blood Moon is a great option. However, with the Trick Room, I would need a Trick Room setter. So I'll probably need either Ferrigraph or Porygon 2. Probably Ferrigraph in this case if it was Ursaluna Blood Moon. But it does have the problem that even with the hyper voices, even with everything, it it's a little bit very special heavy. I'm not sure how full special team does in this meta. I don't think there is any mons that are very special defense heavy. Raging Bolt, no, no. Maybe Fluttermane I would have difficulty, but I do have Archaludon. But with the Assault Vest that is at least in one of the teams, I thought it was pretty difficult to find something. Maybe a Alolan Ninetales, maybe Articuno. I mean, as far as these are concerned, it's not the most difficult thing to play around. So maybe Ursaluna Blood Moon with a full special team is something that I might consider in the future. If this team doesn't work out, probably in here at Splash in the Ferrigraph and the Ursaluna Blood Moon with probably a Life Orb. See, now that's the thing too, right? Because Ursaluna always mostly runs Life Orb. It is going to be quite difficult to find someone that doesn't need it. Maybe it will be Silk Scarf. maybe. Another alternative that I thought of was Iron Hands as a Trick Room Ace in this case. But I mean, Drain Punch helps, but mostly it will be used for Wild Charge against Thunderous and Fluttermane, which also could be pretty good. So Farigiraf and Iron Hands is also something that I'm considering. Also, with the gives me the option of Fake Out Pressure, that could help. So those are the potential changes that I may make. Also, I could, yeah, I know that Iron Hands is mostly used for full Trick Room teams. With the Farigiraf, Ursaluna, Blood Moon, I don't know why Torn is there, but things like that. But it is something that I'm considering if this not work. That would be my option number 2 into something that I will delve into. So, my first team looks something like this. Pelipper with Modest Nature, Weather Ball, Hurricane, Tailwind, White Guard, Archaludon with Assault Vest with Electroshock, Flash Cannon against the Fluttermanes, Draco Meteor for that immediate wow factor, the Body Press against some of the other mons that are tricky to deal with, such as Ursaluna's, and all that. I do have Weather Ball, but a lot of Ursaluna normal Terras, so that is also something that I want to fight against. I will have a little bit of a problem fighting against Ghost Terra normal Ursaluna, but I hopefully have that covered just with knockoff from Incineroar would do decent amount of damage and just double up into it to do some finish it off basically. This team is a little bit weak against Cresselia, I want to say, because knockoff definitely isn't enough to fight against Cresselia. But once I am able to force the Fairy Terra on the Cresselia, I do have many other options to kill. Landorus has Life Orb, so as you can see, I have a little bit of different EV spreads. I've been using this website, which shows me like most common EV spreads, most common stat spreads, more to be exact, is what I am running here. I'm running like 105. I think I'm running 100 and a little bit more. This would actually, let me show you my new team, which basically I added Rain Dance instead of Earth Power into this because I met one Sun team and it really played around the sun. It played around it had Fluttermane, Sunny Day, just so I could deal with anything like that. I do have a couple things that to fight against that. So from here, like you can see Archaludon, it says most common is like 105, but the median is 110, so I just kind of just shoot the middle. I add a little bit, and with the HP it shows 197, so I went full in. So it's actually quite useful to see all this, like 151, so that's a 4. Special attack, the median is 165. I think I did 167 because I had leftovers. And also special defense. I think I went for this one, which is 106. So it pretty sure, like, it shows like a common spread. I do have to play around with the numbers a little bit to get this, but all of this, I did use this website. Where you can go to this website is that you start from Lab Mouse, which is a pretty common website, and if you go to resources and if you go to Stat Crusher right here, you can see all the mons with differing ratings, so you can take a look into that. So with the team building, like I said, it is always going to be with just regular best of ones to quickly find out the breadth of the matchups, what I'm doing wrong. This one I didn't grass Terra, and also take a look at a bunch of things that are required to run the team. So Glamora, Iron Bundle, which is very fast. So this is like a Trick Room, would work pretty well, right? Brilla, Heartflame, Chiyu, Grimmsnarl. I do think Pelipper is okay. I could go Rain. I've seen Sunny Day Chiyu, but I don't want to think about that right now. Archaludon is a little bit dangerous to go in right now, and does have freeze dry. It will help if I'll do Archaludon now. I need something to switch out if it ends up being Chiyu or Ogerpon. So in which case I want to bring in my Instant for the fire, and I need something to attack into that, which for the Lando would take care of most of things. Yeah, sorry, start from there. Alright. Iron Bundle and Grimmsnarl. He is fast. He's probably faster. Not under Tailwind, I want to say. I do have Sash. So Tailwind. I don't think I Grass Terra. I just Electroshock here. Oof. I might be slower. Spirit Break does okay, it doesn't kill. So I get the Tailwind off. Am I using a little bit bulky? I'm not, right? I'm going full, yeah, I'm going full attack. It's just a pretty bulky in general. And also Grimmsnarl doesn't have that much damage into it. Ogerpon always scares me, but I am faster than you, most likely. Yeah, I'm not that scared. So let's Flash Cannon into Grimmsnarl. Oh, now you're really slow. Weather Ball should kill. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. So now that I know Ogerpon is faster, Rilla, nothing can damage me that much right now. Let's lower the attack a little bit and body press into Ogerpon. I don't want to Flash Cannon. I don't want to use Draco Meteor just yet. It might kill 2 times. Grassy Glide doesn't do anything. I don't know why he chose that. Oh, it fully para. Okay, but he gave up. I don't know why. He definitely did not need to Grassy Glide there. I do want to ask why he did such a thing. Okay, so there is that. Let's move on to the next game. I don't think there was anything to change. I did win. I will... Yeah, let's still take a look. Is there anything that I could have done to make a difference? Anything that I died to? Anything that I could have killed? Lacking damage. Here you go. Iron Bundle, Grimmsnarl, Pelipper, Archaludon. Let's see. Icy Wind will take out -1. Spirit Break does not kill, so there's nothing to adjust for that. It just needs to not die and get the Tailwind off. Electroshot able to finish the Iron Bundle, so that's alright. Ogerpon Heartflame. It does hurt a little bit that the Weather Ball didn't kill. Would a Hurricane be a better option? Hurricane is what, 110? It is 110. And Weather Ball is what? Weather Ball is 100. Okay, so actually Hurricane is stronger than Weather Ball. For Pelipper, T-Wave, Swords Dance, Weather Ball. Would have still not killed, but I could have fished for a potential confusion. And Flash Cannon and Grimmsnarl killed. Maybe I should have went into Ogre Pawn. Should body press into Ogre Pawn because it has 1 damage. Grimmsnarl cannot do much. Rilla is out. If Ogre Pawn was dead and then it was the Rilla, it would have been better. Fire Terra, Grassy Glide. I think he misclicked. He must have misclicked. There is no world where he doesn't press Ivy Cudgel here, right? So yeah, so I won to a misclick, which is fine. I'll take a win when I can take a win. Let's play the next game. Oh, it is Articuno. It is the Snow team. I hate the Snow team. I want the Lando there. I want the Arch there. Probably Lando Arch. What's faster? Lando's faster. So I want to bring in the Lando Arch. Insane is okay. Among Us is a little bit meh, but the world is probably better for it. So it is Ninetales, it is the Tornadus, it's the Lando, and here I am going to do the thing that he will not know that I am doing, which is going to be, he might still get an Aurora Veil off, but that is okay. Snowscape. It's fine, I have Rain now. It doesn't kill Torn? Yeah, it doesn't kill Torn. It's fine. Aurora Veil is there. I do... Snowscape is also there, so I want to Rain Dance again. Now I want to Flash Cannon the Ninetales. He might protect. Yeah, right. Blizzard. Sure. Just don't freeze. Rain Dance. Change that. Articuno. The Snowscape. So I just press the same thing. And Electro Shot the Articuno. Ice. It's just a fight against. Oof, that is a lot of damage, but that is fine. I probably still don't die. Rain Dance again. Body press into Articuno. Oh no, okay. He chose the Tailwind instead. That's fine. Instant, and that I will fake you out. You can snow again. So let's spore you. Okay. Snowscape. Immune. Now it's a little tricky, right? I will knock off Torn. And then I will Rage Powder. Oh, right, doesn't work. I keep forgetting. Articuno is out. One to Flare Blitz. One to Sludge Bomb. Probably die to a Blizzard. Yep. Okay. It makes sense. Him switching out into Tailwind, definitely. Very good for him. Alright, let's go over this. The four that I would bring. I don't think it changes anything. I don't think I want to bring the Pelipper. So he has Snowscape on Torn as I had Rain on Lando. So Snow there, Lando there. Blizzard was okay. I needed to kill the Torn faster. That is a thing. So Aurora Veil, Rain Dance, Electroshot into Torn. I do want that to kill. But how bulky is that Tornadus? But do I really need to consider killing Tornadus under Aurora Veil? Which is what? I will need a lot, right? Tornadus, given thinking that I would kill it under Aurora Veil. How many percentage is Snowscape? Like other. It has sometimes it has Sunny Day. Probably Covert Cloak. Cause you would give Sash to Ninetales, right? Unless it has a Light Clay. There's no way that I'm gonna kill Ninetales with the regular Flash Cannon on the Aurora Veil. Prankster, Timid. Do a quick calc. Pika, Analytics, not a Bomber Snow. Pokemon 1. Tornado, oh no. Archaludon. And Tornadus. Blank set. Steel, Terra, no. What is my attack here? It is 52. 52 plus 1. Modest. Stamina, healthy, that's fine. And Electroshot. Does that change? Right, it did about that much, right? Let's say it's like a 4 on HP. It did about 87% of the health. Under Aurora Veil. Is there such a thing? Aurora Veil. Huh? Why doesn't that change? Is that it? Does it actually count for the +1? It doesn't, right? Wait, how much does Aurora... What is Aurora Veil? Aurora Veil halves damage for turn, only being hail and snow. If it halves the physical and special attack, why is it not having this now? Snow. There's no snow damage. Aurora Veil +1. Why does it still say guaranteed Oko? Now I'm very confused. The Electroshot's 130? It is Electroshot, for sure. Special, electric, no crit, no Dynamax. It is modest. Four HP. I don't know why it is doing that. I'm very confused. What if I had like Draco Meteor? That doesn't kill, even if I'm +1. If anything, that's stronger than my Electroshot. Right? So I think it must back-end calculate for that, for the +1. That sounds about right. Do I need to... Oh, can I want to wait to... How much do I want to kill the Torn? Under Aurora Veil. I don't need Foresight. No spikes, no nothing. No, nothing's going on. Flying, level, Terra, no. Snow, yes. Doubles, no, no, no. No, none of that is going on. Oh, Tailwind doesn't matter. All 52 doesn't kill. Is there a world where I one-hit KO? No, there isn't. Okay, so there isn't. Simple as that. Under Aurora Veil, that's what it does. Why does it count as 1.5? It doesn't feel... I don't think this damage calculation feels right. Okay, let me just... God, I need to do this. I'm sorry. I will find a better calculator soon. Electro Beam, 52, Tornadoes, that, probably 4 here, Aurora Veil. Now it counts correctly. 52 +1. Yeah, 85.2%. There is that. It did rain. Doesn't change. Field doesn't change. None of that changes. If I do 252, still doesn't kill. Okay. So that's alright. Yeah, I think it is definitely calculating the Aurora Veil wrong in certain way. But even if I 252 it, I cannot kill it on the Aurora Veil. Cannot one-shot Tornadoes. Electro shot under Aurora Veil. Now that we know that. Now that we know that, we're gonna move on to fail to here. I wanted to take the Blizzard, whatever that the ice attack that is going. I'm slower than Torn, so here I should have definitely tried to kill Torn first. Yeah. Okay. Kill Tornadus first before Articuno. Can't come out to stop snow unless Ninetales switch out again. Watch Ice Terra on Articuno. Consider Flash Cannon instead of Electroshock. Because I think if I Flash Cannoned here, I had a chance. Even if I'm +2, 39%. No, I couldn't have killed. How bulky is Articuno? Very bulky. From what I remember. Articuno. Okay, 100 defense, special defense is more, it is always specs, it is always modest. It does lean a little bit harder against that. But Electroshot, that would be... it wouldn't have killed. Right? Let's say it does twice as much, but a little bit less. It's like 80, probably does about 65% without the boost of the flash cannon. Right? Yeah, that wouldn't have killed. Could, if I decided to go the flash cannon, right? No, but I also don't want the defensive boost of Articuno, but I think you get Snowscape. It raises the defensive ice type, so that's irrelevant, but I don't want the Snow Cloak to go off against Articuno, so definitely hit the Ninetales before Articuno. Would do. Mist does a lot of damage, and then now him tailwinding instead of Rain Dance definitely did that, and Blizzard is able to take out both. And from here, Incin, Among Us could Flare Blitz, but oh yeah, he changed the Overpawn. Still could have Flare Blitzed. Actually, that's a wrong decision. Rage Powder, Taunt. Rage Powder doesn't work on Overpawn. And that is pretty much it. Alright, so I'm gonna continue in a little while. Would I have made a difference if I played Farigiraf and whatever the hell that name is, Iron Hands? Not really. Could have Trick Roomed. Still needed to press Rain Dance. Probably need to run Porygon instead of Farigiraf, or actually add Rain on Farigiraf. Can it even learn Rain? Rain Dance, Rain Dance. Okay, it learns Rain, so I'll probably be somewhere around along the lines of Rain Dance, Trick Room, Dazzling Gleam. Or Psychic? Along the lines of Trick Room. Protect, I don't really need to learn. I can go bulky. I could go Citrus Berry. I'm not too opposed to that idea. I think now it is more common for Furry to to run throw spray than before. Yeah, right. Now it's mostly throw spray. I could probably go in the lines of Trick Room, Psychic, Rain Dance, and Helping Hand, and go Citrus Berry. That's probably what I would have done. And then no, I'm running Iron Hands, right? So not Helping Hand. I'll just run Protect or like a Dazzling or Hyper Voice with Throw Spray. That's fine. And then I can run Iron Hands instead. That is probably what I would have done. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna move on to the next game. I'll play a little bit more to see if I really need to change. And if I do, I will. I'm gonna pause it for now and come back to it later. Good morning. We are going to continue our video. Today's Friday. So there has been some update with my team over the couple days. I was playing my matches. It was up to 3.3-2 and I decided to play a best of 3, which I ended up losing to a Whimsicott. I think this was like a sunny day variant of Fluttermane, I think. I might be completely wrong. Hold on, let's open the team sheet. There is a Rain Dance, which is, oh no, that's mine. I thought that was a sunny day somewhere. I might be mistaken, sorry. This was not it, but oh yeah, I was just playing the matches against this team, and then it had two very main weak matchups. It was weak to opposing weather team, if it wasn't rain, whether it is snow, whether it is sun, and also it showed weakness to a Trick Room team because it doesn't have a good way to deal with the Trick Room, because 3-2 was actually quite an offensive variant. The most bulky is the Among Us and maybe Incineroar, but it just wasn't enough to deal with the common Trick Room aces, which ends up being Torkoal or Ursalunas or anything like that. So I decided to change. I decided to team overhaul, so I can be a little bit stronger to the rain. I realized that it's not great to go full out on Pelipper. Oh yeah, and also I had trouble being able to press Tailwind on a modest Pelipper because the damage output expectancy is so great that I would rather attack with Weather Ball or attack with Hurricane, which ended up hurting my matches in general. So I decided that I wanted to splash in the rain, but I want to be able to cast Tailwind with Prankster. So I was looking through, and then I saw this video where it was talking about this Lando Tailwind team, which basically features Tornadus with Bleakwind Storm, Icy Wind, Tailwind, Rain Dance, and Lando Therian, Goldango, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Chepao, and Among Us. And as you can see, it is quite similar to what I was running, except I have Incineroar, I have Pelipper, and I have an Archaludon. So basically switching up Pelipper to Torn, which I think it is a much better version of Pelipper, except that it doesn't set up the rain on its own. So I basically sacrificed the ability to set up rain on my automatically with something that I can make sure that I get off the tailwind. So that is why the switch was decided to happen, and having the Lando T is better in this case because I would rather have EQ over Stansea Storm. And the Incineroar, I will get back to talking about the other changes. So in here, um, basically this episode is based upon the fact that I wanted to use Archaludon. Um, so I know that it is not the exact same, but I've always been having trouble using Goldengo, and it just always dies for me before I can set it up. So I decided to use Archaludon where it's a little bit easier to set up. With the Power Herb, I always get a +1 and I get to attack. And if I splash in the Rain Dance, I can keep using the Electro Shot if I want to, keep boosting up my special attack, and then hold it with Draco Meteor. So it's kind of like a Make It Rain split into two without Shadow Ball. But I feel like not having Shadow Ball doesn't hurt me that much because the ghost type that it hits that are pretty common is Goldengo, which is covered by Lando T, and also the Fluttermane that is covered by also Lando T in some ways, and also Ursh because it is faster on the tail end. Um, and also Mungus is pretty good against Fluttermanes in general with this defensive typing. So with that, I decided to splash in the Goldengo to my Lando T and then made my 3-3, which looks like this. The EV spreads of Torn, Lando, Ursh, Chimpao, and Amoonguss, I think I got straight from this. Yes, I did. And also the Archaludon, the spread that I was using, except that I did raise the speed a little bit because the problem that I was having is that even under Tailwind, I was having difficult. The Scarf Adamant or Shifu was still outspeeding me, so I was dying to its close combat. So I upped the speed a little bit, lowered the special attack, basically flipped it to be faster with a little bit weaker damage output, but I didn't want to sacrifice the bulk because it doesn't have the citrus berry that the Goldengo has to keep it alive. So this is it. And I was playing some games and I was losing quite a bit. But if you are looking at this, it is, well, this one is a little bit weird because I just didn't know that I should kill Toxicroak early on. But the next two games are very hard Trick Room teams, and I was losing to this. I wasn't able to stop the Trick Room. I wasn't able to deal with the Armor Rouge and all that. So I decided, what if I am able to press Trick Room myself? So, Chimpao wasn't doing a whole lot for me. It is good in a lot of places, but it just wasn't, quite hitting the spot that I wanted to. Maybe it was the fact that I was running Icy Wind, not Sacred Sword. If I was running the Sacred Sword, it probably may have had a little bit more breadth in the matchup. Oh, and also I made changes to the Archaludon. Instead of Bug Terra, I changed to Flying Terra. So it can stand next to Lando T and not be affected by the earthquake, and also be able to resist the fighting and the ground type, which are its main weaknesses. It does lose some things, I think, with Psychic and all that the Bug has, but honestly, Bug isn't the greatest type, right? With the Bug not being the greatest, well, it resists what? Let's just take quick look. This is a defense. A bug resists grass, fighting, ground. Yeah, fighting ground that you resist, but grass, I mean, if I use flying, I resist grass too. I resist flying. I mean, fighting. I don't get affected by ground, and I also resist bug. Bug doesn't really matter. Bug doesn't really do anything. Only difference is that I trade my weakness to fire, flying, and rock into rock, ice, electric. I think maybe having an electric and ice resist ice weakness is a little bit clunky in this format, but I felt like it was worth the switch considering how it would not be affected by the earthquakes that are being choice banded by landers. So that was my justification into having a flying terror on Archaludon, and now with it I was being weak to the Trick Room team, so I wanted a way to counter their Trick Room by pressing my own Trick Room. So I decided to go with a bulky variant of Flutter Mane with Bold, with Moonblast, Icy Wind, Thunder Wave, and Trick Room. I could use Taunt here, I could use Protect here. Not really Protect. I could use the Taunt, but I haven't really had a chance to need it just yet. There are probably ones in the future that I would want to use. Maybe I want to use it on the follow me's, the ogre pawns that are running around, but once they already get off of follow me, it's a little bit too late. I would rather just have the follow me and being very offensive, just kill the ogre pawn if I think the follow me is going to happen, rather than taunt it and then have it attack me and me attacking something else next to it. If there ever is a point where I think that the taunt would be more important than the thunder wave during my games, I will definitely make the switch. That is something that I am planning to do. So with 3-4, I did lose to this team. I think it was just so I wanted to use Orlando and the Among Us to try to kill the Raging Bolt as soon as I can. It was a little difficult with so much support that it has against the Raging Bolt, but I could decide to maybe spore it later. There are other things that I can do to try to protect it and kill it, with maybe like earthquakes or stomping tantrums against it, and then if it does decide to Fairy Terra, I could use Sludge Bomb. And I've been winning some more games. There are some things that I could watch out for, but for right now, the 3-4 is where I am at. As running pretty standard. I ripped it off from Hark Flutter Mane spread that the Joe was using. And it is Jolly Life Orb instead of Scarf. So it is fast, but it's not the fastest. But I am a little bit reliant on Tailwind. So there is that. So, let's do some more games to see if there's anything for me to switch. It is a Sun-ish team with Ninetales. Ooh. Are Arachnids. Alright, that's a little strange, but I think I'm gonna still go Lando. Do I go Flutter? I could go Torn to shut down the Sun. And then what do I have in the bag? I want Arch in the bag with no ground type. And what are these four that I'm going to use? Maybe Hydra Steam is a thing, Arachnid is a thing. So maybe Among Us is a good defensive switch in. It is going to be Raging Bolt Arcanini. I would band. Is there a reason for me to? No, I'm gonna EQ Tailwind. Earthquake should kill Raging. Might not kill -1. No, it doesn't kill -1. That's fine. Draco also doesn't kill. I should consider Steel Terra. Because this is not banned, it is clear amulet, so it can always extreme speed me. So I'm going to EQ. He's not going to. He probably is not planning on trying to hit me with the Thunderclap. Okay, Ninetales comes out, Drought comes out, Steel type, extreme speed. I am able to resist it and EQ. Oof. And I didn't have the Archaludon. Maybe I should have left it. Nah, I did end up losing a lot. On that, Draco is a thing. I am faster is also a thing. I do not want to EQ. I want to set up the sun. No, I want to set up the rain, but I want to set it up maybe next turn. But I might lose to Thunderclap, so I want to take out the Raging Bolt as much as I can. I'm gonna switch out into Mungus and probably Draco Raging Bolt. Yep, Thunderclap. Draco Raging Bolt takes it out. And probably Weather. Okay, so Fire Weather Ball, that is fine. I'm going to go into my Torn. It is going to Spore. It is going to Rain Dance. So it's not as strong anymore. Doesn't have the fire. Well, even without the fire, that's pretty strong. But I think from here I win. I can pretty much win after this, right? That's two Icy Winds to slow it down. Okay, Sludge Bomb, and I think he forfeited. Yeah, good game. I did lose some ratings because I was testing out things, but you know, it was all worth it. I think I finally found something that I could comfortably play, but like I put it in the community, I am planning to play Neo 3, which I am very much excited for. Let me just go to Steam. I might switch it out if it has any of personal information. It might. Yeah. Neo 3 is there. There is a demo, right? I think I'm gonna start with the demo. I'm born in 1993. Yes, I am old. I'm gonna download the demo, and I want to definitely delete some videos. I have too much videos, so I do need to move this. I'm not gonna delete the regulation F videos, but I'm gonna delete whatever that I was doing. Could probably delete this much, and then empty the recycling bin. How many is that? How much is that gonna give me? Only 103 still? Really? My videos are not worth that much to you? Okay, I'm gonna move my Grand Challenge series into my desktop. I mean my external hard drive. That should free up something. Coming February 5th, 2026. I am very, very, very excited for this game. What are you going to give me with a Hellfire, a Ninja, and Warrior attire set? As pre-order, early purchase, Hellfrost. Okay, and then what? Deluxe edition does give me the charm, does give me the infernal weapon set, and also a season pass. Probably only 2 DLCs. It's a little bit unfortunate, but yeah, I just want to try this out. If I like it, I will probably pre-order it. We'll see how that goes. Sorry for the little detraction, but you know, it is going to be what my channel is about. Like I said, it's going to be loosely relevant to gaming in general, but I do want to continue this 1 week long episodes with Pokemon, because like I said, that's also very exciting for me. So let's see what I can improve upon this. Arcanine, Raging Bolt, Lando, Torn. I think from here everything is okay. Maybe the fact that I got intimidated is not the best thing. Maybe also the fact that I'm weak to Rock Slide now is also not a great thing. But I did Tailwind. I thought I would be able to finish off at least Arcanine. I can kill before it does anything, minus any extreme speeds. So that is okay. Hold on. My grand challenge has finished uploading. So I want to move my other videos. Which is what? Why are there so many videos that I don't even know that it exists anymore? I don't know, that's a screenshot. I don't know why the screenshot is in the isn't that CapCut regulation F videos. Let's move everything here and then I can delete it. The videos in it at least. So yeah, where was I? I'm sorry. It is early in the morning. So with that, I probably just pressed Earthquake again here. But I am scared of possible Raging Bolt. And also, I can see that Arcanine is not banded because it protected. So I decided to Steel Terra to live the extreme speed. And also switch out the Torn because now it kind of, if it attacks, it will be very bad against any Thunderclaps. And also Bleak Storm also doesn't really do that much. In hindsight, I could have pressed Rain Dance here, but without seeing the Ninetale, it's kind of difficult for me to assume that, because he could definitely have Arachnid and Roaring Moon in the back, and pressing the Rain Dance doesn't really achieve much. So in here, Archaludon, I switched to Archaludon. Maybe this was the problem. I did have a Mungus in the back. I was like, oh, what if Extreme Speed was going into the Tornadus direction? But knowing that I was going to hit the Earthquake, Torn staying was not the end of the world. I could hit Rain Dance, I could hit Bleak Storm, I could hit Icy Wind. Actually, I should have just hit Icy Wind. Yeah, I think that was the problem. Okay. Turn 2, mistake, switching to Archaludon. Made it get hit by EQ. Should have just Icy Wind with Tornadus. Because doing Icy Wind is safe. Extreme Speed Lando doesn't kill. Probably wouldn't have killed either way. But now Archaludon is so low that it's not doing much. So in here, Walking Wake in the sun is dangerous because Hydro Steam does a lot of damage. And it also has +1. And I didn't know Weather Ball was a thing that Walking Wake can do. So I didn't want Flamethrower into Lando's direction because I wasn't able to kill Walking Wake one hit either way. So I think from here, yeah, and also the Thunderclap could also kill the Lando when it's so low. Draco on the Raging Bolt because I'm faster. I wanted to make it a 3v1. In hindsight, I could have also Draco Meteor Walking Wake. That is a decision that I could have made, and this could have KO'd actually, but I'm not sure if I can KO when I am not boosted. That is also something that I need to think of. What is Draco Meteor in Korean? Oh, this is it. There's only 130? I thought it was 140. Did they nerf Draco Meteor? Oh yeah, they did nerf it. In Generation 4 it was 140. That's sad they nerfed it. And then on what on let's see, 36, modest, without any boosts, without anything. This is a Walking Wake. It kills under nothing, but it probably has some. Like I said, Stack Crusher is one of the most things that I like using a lot these days. Shows a pretty good defensive thing. 175 is what actually? That's like 1 into it. And the special defense, that's a 4, right? Oh, that actually does not help me. Because I cannot see. Showdown. Maybe I need to bring the Pika instead. VGC, Walking Way. Yeah, I need to bring this out instead because it will just show me just how how it's calculated. It's like a 4 and a 4. 4 and a 4. Oh, it's still 1 hit. Okay, alright. Next time. Just Draco Meteor Walking Way for Oko. Then I wouldn't have to deal with it. Okay, so that's what it is. Even in the games that I'm winning, there's so many things that I could change, right? That's amazing. This game, like the high can be so big. Oh yeah, and I'm glad that I pressed the Rain Dance because I'm able to take off the boost from Walking Wake, and I'm also able to resist the Weather Ball. If the boost was there, if the Weather Ball was fire, I would have definitely died to that. Because I would have taken 4 times the damage to my Among Us. Probably Specs. Oh no, also Life Orb. Okay. Yep, slept it. And then I Icy Winded to make it slower now that the Tailwind is over. So it is slower, and then I'm able to Sludge Bomb it to whittle it down. Probably would have pressed Icy Wind and Sludge Bomb again to make sure that my Among Us is faster than the Walking Wake. Um, but at that point, I've already pretty much won because I also have Lando in the back that could probably just stomping tantrum to kill it because that's a guaranteed hit. Let me just do one more game, and I think that will be it for this video. Actually, there is a part of me that I want to end the video with the win. I know that I'm being a little bit facetious in a way. This video is 36 minutes. This recording has been 25. And the last video that I was shooting, that's also like, what, 5 minutes? 3 minutes? It's like an hour. It is an hour. I do want to see if I can go more. But let me just do closing comments of the team and see it from there. So, 3-4. This is the journey of Archaludon. Archaludon, in theory, can be very strong, can be very bulky. It does have some notable weaknesses that are very common in this format. If you look at the top usage, it is weak to Ursh, it is weak to Lando, which is what, both number 2 and number, I can't count, number 8. In this, it is weak to Rillaboom with high horsepower, so it is weak to 35% of the Rillabooms because you can't really hit Rillaboom that well. And the other Urshifus is there. I'm weak to Archaludon. I'm weak to. It is also, yeah. So basically, it is also weak to a common Trick Room team, whether it is going to be Archaludon Blood Moon with the with the earth powers, or the Hisuian Ursaluna that comes with earthquakes, headlong rush, anything that can hit the Archaludon like a truck. And that is why it needs to pivot out in a way, make sure that it comes in the right time. If I need to sacrifice them on, I will have to sacrifice them on, so I don't have to take the hit without going Flying Terra. And also Dondozo, also Ting Lu. There are definitely a lot of things that it can be weak to. And also Torkoal in some way, because it doesn't take the hit very well. But just, if it doesn't have a Trick Room, I can just try to hit it with Electro Shot to do decent damage to prevent the eruption. But Earth Power definitely will kill me. So that is something actually that I should consider. Now that I know that is going to happen. So with that, it does need a very good set of supports for the Archaludon to run. Initially, I was going Pelipper, but this team, I know it has the Among Us, but it doesn't really have that great of a support. But having the Icy Wind, because under it doesn't outspeed a lot of the very fast mons, even under Tailwind. Maybe there is a world where I want to outspeed Fluttermane booster energy under Tailwind, but it can't really hit me that well. Moonblast is going to do enough damage. Maybe Specs is a problem, but I am not going to be facing the Fluttermane with the Archaludon most of the time. Maybe that is something that I need to consider. Maybe also that is why that the Archaludon range spread that it has 76 speed. Maybe I'm sorry, I'm just gonna not damage calc. Is there a speed calculator? Landmouse has a lot of calculator that I could use as a resources. I could use this. Hold on. What I can find out is Fluttermate, when it is fastest, it is going to be 205 with the booster energy. That's max speed, but then it is also the most common. Best of 3 this time, 150. Maybe a little bit more bulky variant is more common, but 205 times over 5 is 307, and my Archaludon right now is 112. Even if I go 76, I don't think I outspeed the fastest Fluttermane on the Trick Room. Yeah. So I'm giving up that. But I don't die one hit. And I can just hit the flash cannons. I think +1 I would kill. Maybe not the bulky variant, but then the bulky variant wouldn't be able to one hit KO me either. Electro shot. I think flash cannon is actually stronger, right? Now I'll get Cena Murray. Probably no. His 3 hit. Are you kidding me? But I get +1, right? 71. And then flash cannon is what? Shoot. Flash. Oh yeah. Flash cannon also doesn't kill. So it is always going to be 2 hit regardless. It is crazy how bulky Fluttermane is special defense. It's actually quite amazing. And also not that great of a thing. But if I'm +1, I will kill. So if I'm able to get like an electro shot, might be better to go electro shot, take the hit, and then flash cannon. Can it kill me though? Let's switch. It's 252. You are not modest. Let's say you're timid. You are going to use Moonblast. Well, yeah, but I am defensive. 252 and 164. Oh, I still died 2 hit. To Moonblast. So here, still died 2 hit. That's okay. So if I see a Fluttermane and I am in a kerfuffle, I should definitely, if I'm doing a decent damage on the side, I would do Electro Beam, Electro Shot, and then attack with my second one. If my second one is not great of a damage dealer, I should try to just use Flash Cannon and try to finish it off. If he does Fairy Terra, I will lose a lot of the times. Oh wait, no, this is +1. You're not +1. You'll never be +1. Oh, I still die 2 hit. Fairy Terra, I definitely die 2 hit. Oh yeah, so that's something to consider. In a lot of damage ranges. If I had a Zolfest, would have been much better. because I wouldn't die too well. But I can't really rely on. I need that first turn Archaludon to just use the power herb, get it out of the way, do the electroshock for the kill rather than going assault vest for to take the Flutter Mane damage. Maybe it can take Flutter Mane, maybe it can take Overheat a little bit better. But then it does force me into always pairing it with Tornadoes and hit Rain Dance turn 1, which I think it kind of limits my play way too much in a best of 3 setting. Especially because now they will be expecting a Rain Dance. They'll be expecting something to happen if Archaludon is out. And without this boost of Electro Beam, it actually is not very strong offensively, other than like a Goldengo, which can just nasty plot and kill everything. But if you think about it, nasty plot, Goldengo is also weak against the Flutter Mane with the Shadow Ball. Maybe you can decide to steal Terra if that is the matchup that I'm worried about. But offensive Terra is not very good in this field where there's so many ground type moves that can hit me. So yeah, so that is the video. Archaludon is fun. I'm gonna play around with it a little bit more. This may be my next week video as well. But if I do a couple more games and I feel like I've kind of felt like there really isn't much more improvement that I can see to make, I might decide to move on to something else. I think my next week I'm leaning towards going into Trick Room, because that's always been the team that I want to deal with, or I can also decide to do something else. I like you. Which is this, not this. There's this video that he did with Justin Tang, which is this one, Iron Crown. I might try Side Spam again, but this is like a little bit weak Side Spam. It does have a lot of it cuts corner stones. I'm sorry. With the sturdy follow me, Indeedee, dazzling gleams, Dragon Terra. With the rocky helmet. I think this is might change this to Fairy Terra. Iron Crown, Fighting Terra, Ursh, Moonblast, and then Life Orb. Shiyu. Rapid Strike. Okay, so this is Rapid Strike. So we will see. This is definitely something that I am interested in. I don't know what I can do. It does have Tailwind. It does have Covert Cloak. Doesn't have Fake Out. Oh yeah, there's Fate Tears. This set is actually pretty scary. I'm beginning to learn, but it does require a lot of brain power to use this. Maybe the next video could be just me learning this matchup for an hour and see if I can get better at it. So, as always, I hope that you really, well, not really enjoy my video, but I really hope that you enjoy watching my videos. I know I can be very rambly. I know I can, my voice is a little bit stale at some times, but I always appreciate all the views, which is not a lot compared to, a lot of other big streamers or big YouTubers per se, but I'm only starting out. I'm not putting that much effort into it, which I always want to do more, but it is hard for me to do with my work, with the baby. So I know my limitations, and I am always appreciative of all the viewers that watch me, all the viewers that passes by, anyone who can take interest in Pokemon or anything that I do. I greatly appreciate And I just want to see more comments if I can, so I could, talk to people. It is very nice to have a conversation, whether it's a good one, whether it's a bad one. You can talk shit about me all the time, and I'll talk shit back. Like I won't be one of those people who just take it, but I'll definitely talk shit back. But even if it is a banter, it is a banter, and I enjoy that. So as always, thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next battle. Bye bye.